I made this Kylo Ren helmet for $50. I'm going to tell you how I did it. I'm going to walk you through step by step today on Darth Rage Reviews.
Evacuate? In our moment of triumph? I think you overestimate their chances.
Greetings, Force fans, and welcome to another episode of Darth Rage Reviews, your source for the Force. Today, talking a little cosplay. Specifically, we're going to be talking about my Kylo Ren helmet. But before we get into that, guys, if you have not, please hit the subscribe button. Giving away lightsabers. Giving away lots of lightsabers. And I'll be giving them away soon. And all you got to do to qualify is be a subscriber. So subscribe. Grab a friend, get them to subscribe too, because the sooner I get to 800, I'm going to be giving away that first lightsaber. Details. There's lots of details out there. Just go look. Anyway, today, guys, we're talking cosplay. Specifically, we're going to talk about my Kylo Ren custom helmet that I did. And how I got this accomplished for $50. So, the first step, and the only way you're going to ever get something like this done for this kind of price, is you have to come across the amazing deal that I found on eBay, just scrolling around one day. I found this picture, this right here, which is a resin printed, relatively good Kylo Ren helmet. The beak portion of it, the snout, the face guard, was a little bit long. It doesn't quite have the right greebles on the side, and the back part of it it's not an exact copy, but it looks really good. And for $30, I couldn't pass that up. So when I saw that, I immediately made the guy an offer. He accepted, had it within a couple days. And so it came in two parts. It came, looking like that picture. So there was the front face guard and then the back part of the helmet. The whole eye guard here, the eye shield area, that had to be cut out. All of these pieces in here that are actually holes, these all had to be cut out. I had to smooth everything around the edges, around the sides here, sand the whole thing, and then glue the face shield on. So got that all done, cut out, glued the face shield on. It looked like this right here. Then I had to put some Bondo, which this stuff is awesome. It's like a cement kind of shit, that putty that forms in about 2 or 3 minutes. So I had to fill in some of the holes in the side here with some Bondo and under the front here. Got that all put together, and then had the completed helmet. Then it was time for painting. So again, $30 on the helmet, about $20 in supplies and the Bondo and the 3 cans of paint. So the painting process, I was a little bit worried about because I'd never done anything like this before, and it was actually really the easiest process. So for the Kylo helmet, the actual movie Kylo helmet, it's a matte black or a flat black base with a splattered gloss black on top that gives it kind of that weathered look. So you can see I kind of splattered the gloss over top. So the process for this is matte. So I did a flat matte black with primer over the whole thing, a couple coats. Then sanded it with an 800 grit sandpaper. Then I taped off, then I did the gloss splatter on all of it, which was really simple. I just, splattered with a paintbrush that I dipped in it. Then let that all dry, and then I taped off all of this. So this was the longest part, is I had to, do individual tape in all of these here, and then taped off and papered the entire rest of the helmet and sprayed that metallic chrome on the face shield part. And the good thing about the Kylo helmet, for my first helmet that I was going to paint and build, is that it's beat up already. So it didn't have to be perfect with everything. So you can see here, this is the flat black process. And then when I come through and splatter it with the, I'll show you some pictures of that, splatter it with the gloss. So this is what it looked like. And then after the taping and the chrome, this was what the final helmet looked like, which I was, all right with. And then I started looking at it more, and it just kind of looked really almost duck-billed. I mean, it was just, that face shield was just far too long. So, I decided to fix it. One other thing, if you ever get into this, a piece of equipment that is very, very, very handy is a Dremel. This will save you so much time in sanding. Just all these little pieces in here, getting these parts cut out. I was able to do with the Dremel here. So the Dremel came in very handy. And then it came in handy also for the next stage. So what I decided to do was basically just chop off about 2 inches off the bottom of this. So the mast did come down to here. I cut off about 2 inches off that. This was after I completed the whole thing. And then took the bottom part of the mask, attached it up here, and then filled in all this. This is all just Bondo that I did myself to kind of recreate the bottom part. I think I did a pretty good job on that, to me. I mean, I think that looks pretty legit. So all that's done. Then it's just a matter of doing a little bit of weathering on it. So I came back through and dry brushed some chrome on the edges here, really on all these creases, some chrome battle damage, the battle damage on the front here. That was all done in about 30 minutes, just with some dry brushing. The inside of the helmet. So the inside of the helmet is filled with these pads, little airsoft helmet pads, which are really nice because they just Velcro in there, and they're really easy to take out and put back in. And then the whole front of the helmet here, again, all of these holes here, these are all actual holes, and we just have mesh that I hot glued in there, which is really good because it adds a whole lot of ventilation when you're wearing this, lets the air through. So got the mesh there and the mesh there that's just hot glued on there. And that's what the actual helmet looks like. The actual helmet does not have glass there, it's just a mesh there, and there's mesh in that as well. So that, in a nutshell, is how we ended up with this. So it was a $30 helmet, about $20 worth of materials. I already had the Dremel, so that kind of helped. And again, you can do it without a Dremel. It's just going to take a little bit more time and a little sandpaper. But yeah, $50. I ended up with this, and I gotta say, I'm very, very, very pleased with this. Makes me really want to get into building these things, more frequently, and just finding the right resin casts to do. I like these a whole lot better than the 3D printed versions. 3D printed things, if you don't have a big enough printer, you're ending up having to glue pieces together a lot more, and it takes a whole lot more sanding. This resin thing was just a piece of cake. So I'm going to start looking for resin cast helmets to work on, because I really enjoyed this process and I really, really like the finished product. But you guys let me know. What do you think? Did I do a good job on it? Did I nail this Kylo helmet? Put it in the comments and let me know what you think. For 50 bucks, is this a good deal? I think so. All right. That's what we got for you today, guys. Just a little bit of cosplay, a little bit of Kylo, two of my favorite things. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, I am Darth Rage. This is Darth Rage Reviews, your source for the Force.
I felt a great disturbance in the Force, as if millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror and were suddenly silenced.